And so, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest of honor. One of Warrington-on-Sea's most distinguished citizens. A man of many parts. A banker, soldier, magistrate, and alderman, and secretary of the Rotary Club. A good fellow, all around. Ladies and gentlemen, Alderman George Mannering. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Town Clerk, ladies and gentlemen, when I was first invited to be guest of honor here tonight at the launching of Warrington-on-Sea's I'm Backing Britain campaign, I accepted without hesitation. After all, I have always backed Britain. I got into the habit of it in 1940. Then we all backed Britain. It was our darkest hour in our history. The odds were absurdly against us. But young and old, we stood there, defiant, determined to survive, to recover, and finally, to win. News was desperate, but our spirits were always high.
Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run? We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So watch out, Mr. Hitler, you have met your match in us. If you think you can crush us, we're afraid you've missed the bus. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Oh, thank goodness. I wanted to clean that damn Lewis gun for another 3 weeks. That's not the right attitude to adapt, Frazer. You should consider it an honor and a privilege to use this Lewis gun. If it were a privilege, none of us would ever get a look in. You and the sergeant would be doing it all the time. That'll do. The butterfly spring seems to be missing from here, Frazer. Oh, aye, so it is. I must have left it in my workshop. Your workshop? Oh, aye. I must have left it there. I took the gun home to be cleaned. Look, for a start, you've no right to take that gun off these premises. And most of all, that gun is totally useless without that butterfly spring. If a Nazi stormtrooper came rushing through with that door, you could do nothing with that. Just hit him with it. Permission to speak, sir. If Frazer were to hit him with that, it wouldn't have make his eyes water, sir. Thank you, Corporal. Right, sir. You two like each other. You both went to public schools, didn't you? You know, sir, I can't help feeling, sir, you've got a bit of a chip on your shoulder about that. No chip on my shoulder, Wilson. I'll tell you what is on my shoulder. 3 pips, and don't you forget it. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Aiden. If you could just manage to hold on for just a little bit longer, I might be able to summon some assistance. Oh, Mr. Mannering, the Verger has been taken from us. Well, don't worry, we'll soon have this under control. I'm very glad you're here, sir. Something very odd seems to have happened to the Verger. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering, don't panic. I don't intend of panicking, just working out what to do. Oh, Vicar, I heard a voice from above. Yes, very distressing for you, Miss Godfrey. I thought it was an angel on high visiting him. Well, you obviously would. Naturally, of course. And then he cried out onto me, "Help! I'm caught in this ruddy string!" Right, don't panic, everyone. Someone had better panic. This is killing me. Right, hold on, Verger. Help us at hand. Wait, hang on. It's twisted around that weathercock thing on the steeple. Ah, so it is. Sergeant Wilson! Yes, sir. You quickly run to the top of the tower and climb on the steeple. Oh my God! But there's no need for all that palaver. One good evil bring it way. Come on, heave! Up. That's done it! Oh, Vicar, look out! Oh, Vicar, do you think this is a judgment against us? You speak for yourself. I haven't done anything. How did it happen, Mr. Yateman? Well, I saw this table thing wrapped around a lamppost. Well, let that be a lesson for you not to touch things you don't concern with. You're a troublemaker, you know. You're a troublemaker. Jones. Well, what are we going to do now? We're just going to hang on for a minute and, we'll, think what to do. Perhaps if we all let go, it might suddenly float away. Can't do that. If the cable goes across any high-tension wires, it could black out a whole county. Well, we can't just hang on here for the rest of our blooming lives. Perhaps if we brought the whole thing a bit down further, we could grab onto the ropes attached to the balloon itself. Ah, that's a very good idea. Now, when I tell you, heave. Wait, sir, before you do, I've got a very good idea. Why don't we pull the thing a little further down, then we can grab onto the things attached to the balloon itself. Thank you, Corporal. Right, 1, 2, 3. I must say, these Germans are awfully well-behaved and well-disciplined. Oh, that's not discipline, Wilson. That's blind obedience. Not like our jolly old Jack Tars. Understand, Wilson. They're a nation of automatons, led by a lunatic who looks like Charlie Chaplin. How dare you compare our glorious leader to that non-alien clown? I am making notes, Captain. And your name will go on the list. And when we win the war, your name will be brought to account. Right, whatever you like, you're not going to win this war. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, yes, we are. Whistle while you work. Hitler is a twerp. He's half balmy, so is his Your name will also go on the list. What is it? Don't tell him, Pike. Pike, thank you. Mr. Mannering. You just told my name, Mr. Mannering. He's put my name on the list, Mr. Mannering. Why, you stupid boy? Shouldn't have said anything. Just to make sure, Captain, that your behavior is correct, the old one will march in front of me, and one will move from you, and I pull the string, and boom, goes the grenade. Don't make any false moves, Mr. Mannering, and don't make any real ones either. 7 seconds will be enough for me to get clear. I don't think it is enough time for the old man to unbutton his tunic and to remove the grenade. What a terrible way to die. Unspeakable monster. And when we get back home, we shall examine the list. Look at that, Wilson. Look at that beautiful staff car. Yes, it's utterly beautiful, isn't it, sir? You shouldn't have had that boy, right? She should have given it to me. She would have done that if you hadn't shoved your oar in. It's magnificent, isn't it, Wilson? Yes, absolutely beautiful. Look at the craftsmanship, eh? British throughout. Show me the French car that could match that. Yeah, or a Yankee one. As indeed you say, Pike. A Yankee one. I must say, it looks awfully good as a staffed car. Yeah, high quality is. Another one like it in the whole of Britain, I'm sure. Hey, look, Captain Mannering. There's twins. Great Scott! What's going on? Look at that, Mr. Frazer. They've got another one. Aye, typical Mandarin. One on and one in the wash. Where'd you get that car, Wilson? Well, outside the town hall with Angelina's chauffeur. Well, then where did that one come from? Captain Mannering? Captain Mannering? Yes? I'm sorry to bother you, but the town clerk's on the phone. He wants to speak to you rather urgently. It seems the mayor has lost his Rolls Royce. Oh dear. Uncle Arthur. Yes, boy? You think the mayor's going to be cross with Mr. Mannering for putting dirty brown paint all over his Rolls Royce? I can't say he'd fancy it. I really cannot say that he'd appreciate it, Pike. Yes, of course, it's all right. Right, squad! Wait for Jonesy. I'm sorry, Sergeant, I may be too early at this moment. Right, yes, well, of course you are. Right, squad! Turn, John! Is that better? It wasn't really much better, but it doesn't matter. Platoon, ready for your inspection, sir. Thank you, Sergeant. Now, I think you all know me well enough. Know that this inspection by the area commander is very much against my wishes. However, orders are orders. If any of you are urged to join the IRP against your wishes, I shall complain to the very highest authority possible. Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. I think you'll be alright. Yes, sir. And Walker? And, what's this? I think that's Jones, sir. Jones? What on earth have you been doing to yourself? I didn't want to leave you, Captain Mannering, nor these brave troops that you, Captain, and I, Lance Corporal, and Private Frazer picks me up. What's the meaning of this, Frazer? What did Oris say, Winnie? He's not speaking very plainly this afternoon, sir, on account of the fact his cheeks are all puffed up with cotton wool. Did you know anything about this, Wilson? Yes, I did, sir, but I turned a blind eye to it. Well, you've no business to. I'm the only one with the authority to turn a blind eye. And good God, Godfrey, what has happened to you? Well, it's Mr. Frazer's fluid, sir. It stretches the skin a bit. This is ridiculous. He looks like Madame Butterfly. Get it off at once. I don't think I can, sir. Frazer, how long does it last? What did he say? He said he's never dug anyone up to have a look. Good, good. Captain Mannering, did you ever hear the story of the old empty barn? No. Would you like to hear the story of the old empty barn? Yes, I would. Gather round, everyone. Mr. Frazer's going to tell us the story of the old empty barn. Right. Story of the old empty barn. There was nothing in it. You hear me, there was nothing in it. Old empty barn, something, for God's sake, good night. You know, Wilson, I've grown to care for my men under my command. I quite respect them. But sometimes I can't help but feel that I'm in charge of a bunch of idiots. So, to sum up, whatever form of transport we use, be it bicycles, Jones's van, or any other form of vehicular transport, the whole thing boils down to one thing at the end. The 3 F's. Fast feet, functional feet, and last but not least, fit feet. Now, I have 2 diagrams here, issued by the Royal Army Medical Corps, and the first one shows what a good foot should be. Now, take the first metatarsal here. Permission to speak, sir. Yes, Corporal? I am not formed as other men, sir. My foot's not the same as that, sir. Blimey, don't tell me it's webbed. I don't think that's very funny, Walker. In what way is your foot different, Jones? Sir, I haven't got a first metatar. I've got a big toe right there, sir. Metatarsal is the medical term for foot, Jones. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Right, well, we got out of the way. We have the first metatarsal, second metatarsal, third metatarsal, fourth metatarsal, and last but not least, the little piggy that went wee 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 all the way out. This isn't a laughing matter, Wilson. Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Oh, that one. Now, you see how perfectly the line of the boot is? No pinching and no cramping. Now, to contrast that, I'm going to show you something rather nasty. Show them your foot, Wilson. I beg your pardon, sir. Unroll your foot. Really, I don't quite... The diagram! Let them see the diagram! Oh, why didn't you say so, sir? It's quite as simple. Sir, Captain Mannering, sir, I've done it, 97 pints, I've got, sir, I've done it, sir. Nothing you're talking about, Jones. Frazer, bring the sergeant in. Right, go on in there, get on there, left, right, halt! Salute the officer. Salute the... Hey! What's this all? Why are you sticking me with the bayonet? I'm making no trouble. Me buddy friend. What's this all about? Well, sir, I went down to the Italian prisoner of war camp, POW camp, and I saw the guard there. I gave him a little bit of fillet steak, sir, and he let me bring 80 prisoners of war for donoring purposes, sir. I object, that's not fair, that's enemy blood. Of course it's fair, I started it. Aye, what are you calling me the enemy for? I'm not the enemy, I sit at the home, minding my own business. Territorio, Passino, I cook the good food, I cook it myself. Then they come to me and they say, hey, you gotta go, they fight, you gotta go bang. He is not to blame, Signor Capitano. He's the Signor of the Fiddler, there's to blame. Your government should be more careful about who it chooses for friends. Oh, friends, you can talk about the friends, what about the Stalins? That's enough of that. I'll do nothing of the sort. It's my property, and I'll charge whatever I want for it. Oh, no you won't. I shall report you to the Chamber of Commerce, and they'll throw you out on your ear. And as a member of the Chamber of Commerce, I second that. And I third that. You're not a shopkeeper, shut up. Hello, what are you lot doing out here? In case you had forgotten, there's an invasion alert on. Haven't you heard? It was a false alarm. We got the stand down half an hour ago. I see, so Hitler won't be joining us tonight. No, and it's just as good and it's just as well with you lot guarding us. What does that mean? Well, I mean, look at you. What good would you be against real soldiers? Oh dear, they walked straight through you. Good night. Yeah, he had no business to... It's alright, Jones, it's alright. Don't take any notice of him, men. Yeah, it's your future health, Jones. Yes, here's you, Jonesy. You're Jonesy. Good luck to you. Mr. Manry? Warden wasn't right, was he? When he said that the Nazis would walk straight through us? Of course he wasn't right. You know, I know one thing, sir. They're not walking straight through me. Nor me. I'll be beside you, Jonesy. We'll be beside you, Jonesy. We'll stick together. Anybody tries to take our freedom and our homes away from us, you can rely on the fact that they'll find out what we can do. We'll fight, and we're not alone. Thousands of us all over England, and Scotland, all over Great Britain, in fact. Men will stand together when their country needs them. Excuse me, sir. Don't you think it might be a nice idea if we were to pay tribute to them? For once, Wilson, I entirely agree with you. To Britain's Home Guard. To Britain's Home Guard. Good evening. This is me, Frank Pike, speaking. I am now speaking to you in 1968. Quite a bit has changed since the last episode of Dad's Army, hasn't it? The Home Guard was ordered to stand down in 1944, and on New Year's Eve 1945 it was officially disbanded. Mr. Mannering continued working at the bank until 1953, when he moved on to other careers. He has since been an alderman, a magistrate, and the secretary for the Rotary Clubs of Eastgate and Wilmington. And who should take his place but Sergeant Wilson, Uncle Arthur. My mum says it's a very good choice. He looks just like Anthony Eden, she says at least. I have now taken his job as the chief clerk, mentoring the other clerks that come and go through the bank system. The other members of the platoon are doing fine as well. Frazer has still got his shop, Sponge is still working his farm, and Godfrey is still living in his cottage. Though sadly, from what I've last heard, one of his sisters, Dolly, has recently died. Jones would be 98 if he was still alive today. But unfortunately he isn't. He died in 1965. He was buried at St. Aldham's Church, the very church that he guarded so many times, with full military honour, as fitting of the old soldier. Even his grave reads with his epitaph, "They don't like a double." Mr. Hodges is no longer an ARP warden. He is now returned to his market, and Wilmington is now free from the calls of "Put that light out! Put that light out! Put that light out!" Thank heavens. Oh, speaking of heavens, the vicar's doing fine as well. Though unfortunately he's had to find a new verger recently, because the old one, Mr. Yateman, has just died. Unexpectedly. Poor soul. And Mr. Walker, who is not dead, is also back. Unfortunately, he had to leave due to doing some business up in the smoke, as he said. But after the armistice was signed, he returned to Wilmington, taking up his job once more as the wholesale supplier for Wilmington-on-Sea. After rationing ended, he became a more, shall we say, moral businessman and began working in investing, helping me and Mr. Hodges and Mr. Wilson open up the Wilmington Pier once again. It was closed for the duration. We actually had a story all about it. Just recently, Mr. Mannering has just launched Wilmington-on-Sea's I'm Backing Britain campaign, with the help of Mr. Wilson, Mr. Walker, Mr. Frazer, Mr. Godfrey, myself, and other members of the platoon who are still alive. I'm doing a very good job with the epilogue, aren't I, Uncle Arthur? Yes, you're doing a wonderful job, Pike. You're doing absolutely brilliant, absolutely first class. Oh, hello. Pike, what on earth are you doing? Oh, hello, Mr. Mannering. I'm just doing the epilogue. The what? The epilogue. You know, for Dad's army. Everyone wants to know what's happened to us. You stupid boy.